When Wande Coal said he was going to drop a new album, I was very, very much excited. I mean, this is one day we are talking about here. It took him almost 8 years to drop his, his third album, which is Legend on No Legend. And then it took him about 7 or 6 years to drop his second studio album, which is titled, Wanted, right? So in the space of 3 years between Legend on No Legend and then to now, we are having a new Wande Coal album. Of course, I have to be excited because why not? It is one day. Another note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, members of the Chacha Nation, and all music lovers across the globe, welcome to another episode of the Chacha Album Review Series on your award-winning podcast, Chacha Music Review Podcast. My name is Fido, your musical plug, the creator of the Energy Force, and of course, the African Music Amplifier.
Roses are red, rhythm and blues, Afro with beats, hip and hop. You're listening to the Chacha Music Review Podcast with Fido, the musical plug, the creator of the Energy Force, African Music Amplifier.
Today we'll be talking about the new album coming from Wande Coal, which is titled Qing Coal. And this album was released on the 26th of June 2026. And the album has 15 tracks and it features the likes of, Wizkid, Tiwa Savage, BNXN, Ruga, Qing Madi, Projexx, Laz, Dera, and Fido. And the album was beautifully produced by Shabba, Timmy, Dunnie, Triangle Park, Choke Boy, Krazytunez, SakPase, and P Prime. The album is a blend of Afrobeat, Afropop, Afrofusion, R&B, and dancehall. And Wande really ate on this album. When I say he ate, I can't remember the last time, I was really impressed with a Wande's album. I mean, do not get me wrong, Legend on No Legend was a good album, but it didn't really prove, that, okay, yes, Wande has cemented his place as a legend because there was that debate, going on. So when he dropped Legend on No Legend, I felt like, not a bad project, but this titled Qing Coal, Wande really showed us that yes, I am the king and this is the way I am going to prove it to you. The album started with this song titled Feeling, which was a beautiful R&B song, and Wande just got me in my feelings on that song. And then from there, the acclaimed and already classic single that was dropped, Dearly, which features Qing Madi. Shout out to Qing Madi once again. She came through, on this feature. And then after that, the album just continued to progress in a very sweet and delicious manner that you begin to say, oh, Wande, we've missed this kind of Wande. I mean, after all of those back-to-back R&B hits, Wande decided to take us, to the dance floor with this song titled Be Small, which features Ruga and BNXN. Shout out to Ruga. I think it was the one that actually killed this song most. But then shout out to BNXN, shout out to Wande. They all, did their thing and they came through on this album. On the song titled Regard, Wande once again showed us, say, see, I am the blueprint of this new Afrobeat era that everybody is going crazy about, or everybody is dancing towards, or everybody is trying to create. Now me, all of them, the copy. And that is what Wande really showed us and what he told us on Regard, clarifying his influence, stating his claim as the king. And it was a beautiful song, trust me. The production was beautiful. The feature, which what's his name again, Projexx, was just so lovely, on the album. Another song that I really love on the album is the song, titled Oshe, which was the last song on the album. And oh boy, P Prime, I need to talk to you. Please, what insane production did you do on that song? Now, in terms of production-wise, I don't know which song is going to be my best produced song on this album. Between Oshe and Six, I mean, that Six production is just, it's insane. Like, man, that production was crazy. Another song that I like, and this will sound very, there are times when you hear a song as a single, you don't go really feel them. But when you can't hear them in the midst of a body of work, you can't wonder, say, I don't hear this song before, I never hear this song before. That's exactly what happened on this song titled Dem Go Pay. I remember Wande released this song either sometimes early this year or probably late last year. I can't remember when exactly. But then, when he released the song, I just felt, it was a decent song. I mean, nothing bad, nothing less. But when I heard it on this album, I'm like, wait, though, nobody the same song where I don't hear before. Wande definitely killed it, on this song titled Dem Go Pay. And in fact, on this album, Qing Coal was a beautiful album. Now, I know that, some songs there sounds like album filler, of course, which, is typically normal for some album to just have one of those songs where we say no be say the song no sweet though, but no just really reach up to par for every other song we don't hear for the album, right? Talking about the song titled Sure For Me, which had an amapiano vibe and featured what's his name, Fido, right? That was the song that I felt was not really up to standard with every other song I was listening to, but it wasn't a bad song. Trust me. Like I said, every song on this album is a banger. For me, this album is a more complete album, a more, should I say, cohesive album, and a more thoughtful album compared to Legend or No Legend, right? I think Wande really went back to his Mushin to Moon its route on this one. So, okay, you know what? Now me do that one, and I go still do another one, and that is what exactly it showed us on this album and why it remains the king. And trust me, this album titled Qing Coal, it actually what time, because Wande does show us, yes, I am the king on this album. If you've not listened to this album, go and get this album and listen to it. And trust me when I say you are not going to skip any song from beginning to the end. It's just 45 minutes of 15 tracks. Yeah, 45 minutes. Yes, you're not going to skip any song on this album. Qing Coal by Wande Coal. Go and listen to it. With that, I have come to the end of another episode of the Cha-Cha Album Review series on your award-winning podcast, Cha-Cha Music Review Podcast. Like come here with another episode, my name will always remain Afis Donova, your musical plug, the creator of the Energy Force, and of course, the African Music Amplifier.